Welcome to the news service of Radio Safira. It's Sunday, May 28th. Today, we are pleased to bring you many interesting news from around the world. But before we begin, let's extend our wishes to today's celebrants. They are Augustine and Balladyna, Emil and Ignatius, Jaromir and Lucius, and Maria and Wilhelm.
Today in the early Christian church, the feast of Pentecost is celebrated. At the Parish of Paul from Tarsus in Warsaw, the text from the first letter to the Corinthians was considered. It is chapter 12, verses from 3b to 13. In the sermon, it was emphasized that all Christians are part of the one body of Christ. We should strive for spiritual unity and respect the diversity of spiritual gifts. Unity is achieved through mutual complementarity, service, and love for each other.
Now let's move on to our historical kaleidoscope. On May 28, 1599, the Vilnius Confederation was established between Protestants and Orthodox of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The union had a significant impact on the religious relationships of that time.
In 1964, the Palestine Liberation Organization was established. Since 1994, Israel has recognized the PLO as the sole representative of the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, on May 28, 1957, the premiere of the film A Face in the Crowd, directed by Elia Kazan, took place. This film presents a critical portrait of the phenomenon known as media-driven celebrity. The film was ahead of its time, anticipating the impact of television and media on people and politics.
Birthday calendar. In 1881, Augustine B.A., a German Jesuit and cardinal known for his ecumenical work, was born. The cardinal supported Pope John XXIII in his efforts to engage with non-Christian religions.
And in Canada, in 1934, the Dion quintuplets were born. Their birth was an extraordinary event that drew immense media attention worldwide. Their story is also linked with controversy. The Ontario government took custody of the Dion quintuplets when they were just a few months old, claiming that the parents were unable to provide adequate care for them. The girls were the main attraction of an amusement park that drew millions of tourists. The government's actions sparked huge controversy and criticism for commercially exploiting the children. In 1998, the three surviving sisters received compensation of $4 million from the Ontario government for their difficult childhood.
We move on to the current news from Poland. Today in Lublin, the 6th edition of the Evangelical One-Organ Festival titled Music Beyond Denominations is taking place. The festival brings together musicians from three Christian denominations: Roman Catholic, Evangelical Augsburg, and Evangelical Reformed. Such an event is proof that music can serve as a universal language transcending religious boundaries.
Polish Scouts participated in an international Bible competition held in Athens. Earlier, participants had arrived in Greece and spent time touring historical sites and studying the chapters of John's Gospel. During the competition, the Polish teams demonstrated a good knowledge of the Bible and secured second place. The entire event was an unforgettable experience for the participants. They combined biblical education, traveling, and community building. More about the event can be read on the Seventh-day Adventist Church's website.
The Global Catholic Climate Movement and the Polish Smog Alarm are organizing a campaign called God Gives Life, Smog Takes It Away. The action has reached over 1,000 parishes in Poland. The campaign informs the faithful about the possibility of improving air quality and obtaining grants for thermomodernization. Educational materials are distributed by the clergy and the Catholic Guide magazine. The campaign also includes webinars on the Clean Air program.
3 Italian climate activists from the association, The Last Generation, will stand trial in the Vatican court. They are accused of vandalism after they glued themselves to the famous statue, Laocoon and his sons, in the Vatican museums. The activists stuck their hands to the marble sculpture last year, protesting climate change. They protested the inaction of politicians towards climate change. The defendants did not appear at the trial, claiming that lawyers authorized to defend in the Vatican are too expensive.
In Morocco, a conference of rabbis from the Chabad Lubavitch movement was held. It gathered leaders from small Jewish communities from 3 continents. Meeting participants came from 40 different countries, including Zambia. The meeting had symbolic significance. Participants connected to the Jewish roots of Morocco. Topics of the growing presence of the Chabad movement in the Islamic world were discussed. They spoke about educational and financial challenges. The most important aspect of the conference was the establishment of bonds between participants.
An ancient manuscript of the Hebrew Bible, the Sassoon Codex, was sold for a record $38. $1 million at Sotheby's auction in New York. The buyer is the organization American Friends of the ANU, Museum of the Jewish People. The manuscript will be added to the permanent exhibition of the museum in Tel Aviv, Israel. The Sarsoon Codex, dating back to the 900s AD, is one of the oldest and most complete biblical manuscripts. Thanks to this acquisition, the most valuable and complete Bible will reside in the world's largest Jewish museum.
Thank you for being with us, and we invite you to listen to the next broadcasts. May God bless you.